Correct.
I think that was in the picture with his dreams being true of what was going to happen.
Some types of royalty and some things to be true. So there may be a connection between him and his dreams. There could be, but the plain favoritism is not something that we're supposed to do, that Jacob did. Now, what happens if Jacob decides to be fair and give everybody a colorful coat? I think that would be fair, because when we go to heaven, all of us are going to get a crown. So it's not that my crown will be more colorful than your crown, but maybe some people may have more crowns than others. But I think that we all is having the crown, and that the crown that we have is identical. The same kind of privilege that we get from Jesus, from God, is fair, because Jesus is he does not play any favorites, so he treats everybody the same. Now talk about the dream. Before I want to talk about the dream, I want to talk about something that I want to touch with. After Jacob had his 12 sons, we know after he had his 12 sons, I find out one of his eldest sons slept with Jacob's wife called Bilhah. And I never find out why one of Jacob's sons sleep with his wife. And as I was studying the scripture, I was studying the Bible, one of his sons slept with one of his wife. Who is that son that slept with his wife? Do you guys recall? No, it's Reuben. Reuben was the one who slept with his wife.
Which wife is this?
Jacob's wife.
Yeah, which wife is it?
No, he's Bilhah. He has 4 wives. Yeah, remember his first wife is Leah. Okay, and his second wife is Rachel. Yeah, and his third wife is called Bilhah. That's his third wife, because Rachel cannot have any babies. So Rachel gave her maid to Jacob to have babies. So she will have a baby.
Is that considered a wife, or is it like a concubine?
It's considered being like concubine, but it's still kind of regarded like a wife because you have children with them, right? Yeah. So let me turn on the air conditioner. It got turned off. Okay. Air conditioner turned right back on. So I was asking myself, why? Why did Reuben did such a horrible thing to Jacob? And I was studying this. It seemed like, do you know the tunic? The tunic that was given to Joseph? That is supposed to be for the firstborn. And Reuben is actually truly the firstborn. So I do believe there's some envy that happened in the sons of from the brothers, when they start to have envy, start to have jealousy and those kind of stuff, they start to do things out of character. I suspect that play a role, because I suspect that the children can tell that Jacob favored Joseph more than anybody else. There's also another thing about Joseph. He is a tattletale, according to Scripture. Because whatever the brothers did, he go right to the father and tattletale. He's being a snitch. Yes?
Yeah, maybe Reuben thought that she's just a concubine, and maybe, he had the right to sleep with her.
Yeah, it's just an opinion. But when I was studying the Scripture, I actually felt, because I did not know why he did what he did. But the more I study about the Scripture, the more I study that he felt entitled to be the firstborn. He felt entitled to have the attention. But what happened to Jacob? He gave all his attention to Joseph. The brother knows it. The brother doesn't like it. and they just don't like Joseph at all. I remember when I was young, or when you were young, sometimes you may be the favorite of your teacher. And when you're one of your teacher's pet, they say, or when you're one of the favorite, the other classmate talks, and you can hear that they talk. They say, this is the teacher's favorite. And once they know that that's the teacher's favorite, they become the target of people trying to make trouble to that teacher's pet because of jealousy. I think because I got the experience because I think I was one of the teacher's pet in the past. So that's how I know. People become jealous, even in church. Sometimes it doesn't have to happen in this church, but in the other church, people will know that you're one of the pastor's favorites. People will know because you get better treatments than others, and that's not right. Now, Joseph, he's a dreamer of dreams. So he had a dream, and he's very innocent. So when he has his first dream, he told his brothers, he said, I have a dream. And he tell all his brothers what his dream is. I dream of all the sheep. All you brothers have sheep, and I have my sheep too, and your sheep go around me and bow down and pay obedience to my sheep. And then the brothers talk. They say, we are your brothers. Why are we bowing down to serve you, Joseph? I was thinking about this. The Israelites, the Hebrews, they already know how to interpret dreams. Because when Joseph told his dream, the brother already know how to interpret it. So they have certain kind of idea how to interpret dreams. The Hebrews, the people from the Hebrew nation, they know how to interpret dreams. But it was only Joseph who had that dream. Not only did Joseph have that one dream, and he tell his brothers that all you brothers going to serve me, make the brothers even more angry, he had another dream. He dreamed there was a sun and a moon, and there are 12 stars. But the sun and the moon and the 11 stars pay obedience to that star. And he told that dream to his father Jacob. Again, this is something that surprised me, is because it seemed like Jacob knows how to interpret dreams too. So interpreting dreams is not something new for the Hebrews. Because the father, Jacob, he said, am I and my mother and all your brothers going to bow down to serve you, Jacob? No, to serve you, Joseph? So even the father was a little bit disturbed and start to talk to Joseph. What kind of idea is going to your mind? I remember, I know I favor you. I know I gave you the colorful coat, but does it mean that that I'm going to bow down to you? That's ludicrous. But according to scripture, Jacob just kept that matter in his mind. Yeah, it bothered him, but he didn't let it disturb him. But all the other brothers become really angry with Joseph. Remember one of the 10 commandments, thou shalt not commit murder. Jesus expanded on this. You shall not be angry with your brothers. That is committing murder. Murder starts from the mind of becoming angry. So that is the reason why Jesus told when he came here on earth, do not be angry. Thou shalt not commit murder. Thou shalt not be angry with your brothers and sisters. Because when you commit anger, when you have anger, you already have the mindset of trying to kill your brother or kill the relationship between you and that person. To Jesus, it's just as bad as killing, being angry at your brother. So all the brothers was angry with Joseph, except the father, who kept that matter in his mind. So one day, when all the brothers went to tend the sheep, taking care of the flocks at a place called Shechem, as you remember was where Shechem was tending the sheep where Shechem. The father told Joseph, go to your brothers because they're tending the sheep. Go with them. Do not just be by yourself, because his father wants them to be a family. Even though he tended to favor Joseph more, he still wants Joseph to be together with his brothers, to work, to be together, to have what we call unity. So when Jacob went to Shechem to look for his brother, he did not find his brother, and there was a man passing by. The man passing by and asked Joseph, "What? You look lost. What are you looking for?" And Joseph said, "I'm looking for my brothers. Have you seen my brothers? My brothers have sheep and flocks. Can you tell me where my brothers went? Because I need to go along with them. I'm one of the brothers as well. I want to see my brothers." And that man told Joseph, "Your brother went to a place called Dothan. And as he was going to meet his brother, you know what Joseph had on? He had that colorful coat on because he loved that coat. It shines and it's so colorful. And the brothers from far away was able to see Joseph. He was able to recognize Joseph. How? How did they know it was Joseph? Because Joseph is so far away. How did they recognize Joseph? By the coat. The coat is so colorful, so beautiful. I want to see that coat. I want to see what is it made of. I want to see the colors. I want to see how beautiful it is, because the way how they manufacture clothing in the past is not the same way how they manufacturing the clothing right now. It's so colorful, so delicate, and the materials can last almost forever. Yes, Sister Kim.
That colorful clothing made out of crimson, tree crimson.
Yeah, from natural dye, from nature. It's not from artificial dyes that we have like chemicals now.
Yeah, and then they jealous of Joseph, not just from the clothes, the color code they were jealous, but also when I think it says, here comes that dreamer, that's Joseph, right? It's 37:19. And they said to each other, "Come now, let's kill him and throw him into one of these."
One of the pits, into the pit.
And say that atrocious
Yeah, cistern. It's like a pit, like a hole in the ground.
So then, ferocious animal, and then we will see what comes of his dream. I think they were all jealous of his dream also.
Correct. So there were several things why they were angry at Joseph. They were first angry because the father loved him more than anybody else, right? The second thing is that he got special treatment. He probably he got a coat. He may even get special food. He gets special attention. He gets the first of all. So they are angry because of that. They were also angry is because he had a dream and he thinks that he's more superior, and they think that they have to serve Joseph, and they do not want to serve Joseph. Why is he younger than me? Get to serve me. Why is he younger than me? I have to serve him. In society, there's a sense of entitlement. Yeah, I do get it, because like anybody who went into the work field, sometimes when you're young and you get promoted, the people who are older than you going to have a sore eye. And I can tell you by experience too, that I remember that I got promotion, and I was one of the very youngest physician, but I have a sense that some people are not too happy that I kind of have to supervise them or boss them around. You're younger than me, who are you to tell me what to do? So that is what happens when there's jealousies and stuff in the family. And we get to take a look. Joseph is one of our patriarchs. Jacob is one of our patriarchs. If you look at the brothers, they want to kill Joseph. They want to kill their own brother, and they came from the lineage of Jesus Christ. They're one of our forefathers. They are our forefathers. Reuben, Levi, Simeon, Jacob, Gad, Benjamin. I don't think Benjamin was involved. Judas. They were all like brothers trying to conspire to kill brother. So even in family member want to kill family member. That's kind of sick to think about that. But it happens. So if you take a look, if in a family, if brothers want to kill brothers, think about in a workplace. They're not even brothers, and if you create jealousy, people want to try to kill you too. In a family, even at church, sometimes with jealousy, sometimes church members want to bring down and gossip about other church members to bring them down. It happens. It happened back in the days. You think it will not happen now? It happens also today as well. Well, Reuben is very interesting. He heard that they were plotting to kill Joseph, but Reuben thought about this. He said, let's not shed his blood. He actually spoke up. I thought he would be the jealous one. But I think over time he matured in such a way where he started to mature that he don't want to kill Joseph. He said, let's just throw him in the pit and just start from there. And as Joseph is coming by and getting closer and closer, they took Joseph's coat off because they were so jealous of his coat and throw him into the pit. And they planned to kill him. Now, when they were about to kill him or planned to kill him, there were some travelers that's walking by. They were what kind of travelers? The Ishmaelites. Do you know who is the Ishmael? Let's go ahead and sell Joseph so we can get some money out of this. So he sold Joseph for 20 shekels or 20 shekels of silver to the Ishmaelites. And they had to come up with a plan to cover up their scheme, to cover up their scheme. So they kill a lamb and pour the blood of the lamb on a coat and brought it to the father. And said, a beast devoured your son Joseph, and he's now dead. And they never predicted this. Jacob cried and wept for days and days and days. And it brought such sorrow to the brothers and regret. They want to comfort the father. They didn't know that the father going to be so sad. They tried to comfort the brother, but the father, Jacob, refused to be comforted because he believed that his son was killed by an animal. Yes. Sister Maxine, go ahead.
Well, even before that, I thought it was interesting. After they put him in the pit, they said no to eat dinner.
Correct. They probably grabbed something to eat.
They weren't even bothered by it. They just went ahead and enjoyed their meal.
Correct. They thought Joseph deserved what he did. He didn't deserve to be thrown in the pit. It wasn't his fault that the father treated him better than the other. So they put so much blame on Joseph. And imagine if you're Joseph, you say, what did I do? I didn't do anything. I'm innocent. I got thrown into the pit. It wasn't my fault that I got in the coat. It wasn't my fault that God gave me that dream. Why are you blaming me? Why am I getting punished for everything that happened? I feel so sorry for Joseph. He did nothing wrong. All he did was just tell the truth, be a good son. He didn't do anything to get the colt. It was just given to him.
Maybe Joseph was kind of boastful too, so, you know, like, he was showing off, and his brothers didn't like it. That's probably why they really hated him.
I think he did take pride into the gift that he got from the father, and that really brought out the jealousy from the brother.
It bothered me too, something like that. I can understand, how it happened.
You can, very good. I can understand too because we understand human nature. But it should not be that way. If you have a brother who got an extra prize, who got promotion, you should congratulate him. You should be happy. You should let him have what he has. Instead of being jealous, you should say, hey, you're my brother. Go ahead and take it. Go ahead and have the coat. You're my brother. What is the difference between you and I? Because we're brothers anyways. But they don't think that way. They think that you think you're better than me, and they get that kind of human kind of mindset.
That's probably what Joseph was acting, like, you're about to get.
Well,
That's how they took it. In that scenario.
Correct in that part because Joseph do tattletale on his brothers, because I think in order for you to tattletale, you must be a good child. You must be one who follow the rules. So the person who follow the rules tend to tattletale on people who don't follow the rules. But there are certain instances where some people don't follow the rules, but they tattletale on people who don't follow the rules as well, right? So back to the story that the father, Jacob, was sad. He was crying, he was mourning. And I think that sometimes when we take actions, when we do something out of emotions, we forget the harms that we do to other people. I don't think they predicted or anticipated that Jacob will be so sad that he cried each and every single day. That even Jacob, he preferred himself to die rather than to have his son die. He cried every single day after day. And if you take a look at your father cry so much and so sad, you feel that pain. You feel that pain that you did to hurt your father and your mother. And they felt the pain. So any questions on the first part of our lesson study? Yes, Sister Kim.
I have a question.
Sure.
That Old Testament has so many words. It's all order, not God. When is Jesus actually said one man, when the train said,
Okay, got it. So let me go according to how it's supposed to be. In the beginning, what Jesus said, there should be one man and one wife. In the beginning, that is the way, and that's the way how it was originally planned. In the beginning, there was not supposed to be anything called divorce, because when they unite, they're supposed to be as one. But what happens is that as Adam and Eve, when they have their children, one of the children's children, one of their grandchildren, they have two wives. So when they have two wives, because they felt they can have more than one wife, that's a presumptuous idea that they can have more than one wife. But the original plan was only have one wife. God never say that for man to have more than one wife, but the original plan is one wife, one husband, and that's it. But
I have a question.
sure. Yeah. Well, Actually, the original plan is for one man